Okay, 10 seconds.
I promise to take you to the most wonderful places on earth here. If I can take her in this creation, it must be love.
Join Community Reviews crew. Have you not joined the membership yet? Take a few seconds and just hit the join button. It's very easy to do. Just select the join button, it will take you here. And as you'll see, you'll be able to join different tiers of the membership. As a member, you are also able to choose emojis that I created just for us. Okay, let's see. Welcome everybody to Kamisha Reviews, and we are already getting started. I have the Queen in the background. Make sure you guys are coming to the live that you are hitting that like button. Everybody, if you are on Instagram, come over to YouTube where we are. If you want to see the full interview, come on over and join us over here on YouTube and check us out here and come hit that like button and subscribe. And also go back over to Instagram and go and follow Marie there as well, please. I have her tagged in the post. All right, before I bring her on, I got my members in the chat and I have my moderator lady of class, Bright Star. Welcome to everybody. Please, it takes 2 seconds to hit that like button real quick for me. Just hit that like button and subscribe. Now, I will have the call-in line at the very end so you guys can call in as long as you're respectful. I'm not going to put up in any kind of disrespect. I don't have that problem over here. But I will put the call-in line. I will set it up for you guys to call in and, ask questions respectfully. Okay. Now, let me see. Thank you. I see Pandy. Thank you. My Nola shared my live, and so did Gigi. I appreciate it. I see my members coming in. I see my moderators. I see everybody coming in. I appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe real quick for me. You have everything already set up for me. I see you in the chat. Okay. Okay, that's the call-in number, but I will put it. I'm not going to set it up until the very, very, very end. Okay. Now, as far as this queen's concerned, you guys know that even before I even wanted to do this interview, I always said she was my favorite. I always felt like, am I wrong for saying that? Am I wrong for saying that I always felt like she was being bullied? And I got a lot of backlash, which I don't care about that. But a lot of you guys was like on the fence, was like, But as the show progressed, y'all started looking at it differently, saying, okay, well, Kamisha was right. I see what she's saying, because I felt like she was painted as a villain this entire season. I do feel like that. But anyway, let me go ahead and bring the queen on. Pretty in red, I see. What's up, mama?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Yes, I am so happy that you are here. And look, like I told you guys before, when I said genuine, she told me she was going to come on here. When I mean, way in the beginning of the season, she said she was going to come on here, and she has held her word and everything else. So I always tell everybody that I call reality TV. I will have to admit, I call it fake reality TV. So I always say this to everybody. Welcome to fake reality. Okay, Nola. And the reason why I say this is because reality TV is what it is. I always feel like it's got a lot of fakeness to it. But now, one of the things I wanted to talk about, and we've discussed offline before, and I've said it even in my lives, I said that I felt like that you were painted to be the villain. I felt like that you was painted to be the bad guy, and the other girls was painted as the angels or the good girls or whatever you want to say. And I always felt like I thought it was wrong how you were portrayed. Now we can go and start with the brunch, which what everyone starts with anyway. I know you talk about it a lot, but I just want to kind of touch on that before we go on to anything else because they feel like that. How was this all about hair? This whole situation from you and Latrice, and even with the team Antoinette and the Kaylin and all that crap.
Okay.
So go ahead. Do you feel
Okay.
like it all started from hair?
Well, the issue didn't start at the brunch.
Mhm.
It started prior to the brunch. I had I was referred, well, leading up to the brunch, the week of the brunch, I decided that, I wanted to wear, of course, the outfit that you all saw, the big white Southern Belle outfit. I wanted to be a little bit different. And of course I was. To me, it was humor. And I had talked to Letitia and Taisha, two young ladies, about, some hair. Hey, I needed some hair. It's last minute. The brunch is coming up Saturday. And, I need some hair for this event. Well, let me just be clear. I am a licensed cosmetologist and, I make hair. So I'm capable of making my own hair, but it just wasn't enough time for me to, import some bulk hair and make a unit. I needed hair right then on the spot. So Letitia and the young lady, Taisha, who actually did my wedding, she did the decor for my wedding, referred this guy, Michael Scissorhand, and Latrice of Goddess Lint,
Okay.
for hair. So I said, okay, I had never heard of Goddess Lint before. So I was like, well, okay, well, I'm willing to give, one of us a chance. I'll support her business. So I went to purchase the hair. I went to the store and the customer service, the young lady there, was very helpful. She let me sample some hair and I decided to purchase. Well, the hair that I sampled, it wasn't the hair that I actually bought. And I get that because when you're dealing with virgin hair, you don't have customers sampling hair and then you turn around and sell that hair to someone else. People want new, untouched hair. So I get
Okay.
that. So she
Right.
went to the back, brought the hair back, put it in a bag, and I left and immediately went and dropped the hair off to the stylist, Michael Scissorhand. And he's, from my understanding, he have a huge following base. I was told he was, very reputable. And Latrice and this stylist, they collaborate together. She sent
Okay.
him business, he sent her business. So they collaborate on business. So I took the hair and dropped it out for him to make the unit. So fast forward, day of, I went for him to, install the unit, put the unit on my hair.
Right.
So he put it on, and that was the first time I've ever had, someone install a lace front on my head. So when I got back to the house, I'm like, he did a great job, but it was sitting back a little bit too far, and I wanted it brought to the front a little bit. So I took the unit off and put it on a mannequin, and I'm like combing, brushing through it. I'm like, something is not quite right about this hair. Like something is terribly wrong. I instantly felt like the stylist had switched my hair. Like it was an issue with
Right.
the stylist. Well, everybody knew that. My who is she? My stylist, my makeup artist, SC, everybody involved knew. I reached out to Taisha via text about it, and she texted me back with the stylist, and we all went back and forth, and I was telling him, stating that I felt like he switched my hair. And he was like, no, I would never do anything like that. I've never had anyone accuse me of switching hair and this, that, and the other. So everybody knew that me and this stylist, local stylist here, was into it. It had nothing to do with Latrice.
Right.
So as I was getting ready for the brunch, I'm like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna get some answers with me before I start to accuse someone of something. I like to get the facts. I'm going straight to the source and find out what's really good.
Right.
So when I went to the brunch, it was to get validation from Latrice. Oh, I'm going to her, to see if this is if this is her hair,
Understood.
to see if
Understood.
he hustled me or
Okay.
not. You follow me?
Right.
So everybody knew that part wasn't that was all of that wasn't filmed. It was filmed me stating that as I was
Right.
getting ready for the brunch. But of course, we know, with
Editing.
they're not gonna
Right.
show everything. So me saying, yeah, I'm getting me some answers, but they didn't. They didn't capture the part. They didn't keep the part where I stated, I feel like this guy switched my hair. He tried to hustle me. I'm going to get some answers. I'm gonna get it from the source when I get to this brunch.
Right.
All of that was cut out. But of course, this is a reality TV show.
Yes.
There
Yes,
are
of
edits.
course.
And that's where the entertainment comes in at. I understand that. This is the entertainment side of it, which everything is the truth. But they can pick and choose what parts they're gonna keep and what they're gonna edit out.
The narrative, exactly.
That's the entertainment part to keep the viewers watching.
Yes,
and
indeed.
that's the entertainment. So that's why I didn't never sweat that. That's why I didn't sweat it. So when I got to the brunch, I walk in. First, let me just say, when I walked in, no, I did not walk in, immediately sit down, and start attacking her.
Okay, that's what everybody says.
We filmed for probably 3 or 4 hours. And mind you, the brunch did not start on time. It was way behind. So everybody was, socializing, mingling, and talking and things like that. So when I walked in, I sat down and I spoke. Well, of course, Latrice, Antoinette, and another young lady sitting in front of me, they really wasn't talkative, kind of, how you can tell somebody don't want to talk to you and it just kind of, kind of like that. So I'm like, okay, but I'm not knowing why they're acting like that. So I'm just sitting there observing. And Latrice and Antoinette began to have a discussion about Latrice having a contract agreement to have a baby with her husband. Then they've began, carrying on talking about hair. So I'm like, perfect opportunity for me to ask to see if this is her hair. So I asked, I interject, and I said, well, hey, I'm Marie. I went to your store, and I began to praise her, her store, how nice the setup was and how professional her customer service rep was and this and the other. And I just told her what I just explained to you all about.
Right.
I suspected the stylist switched my hair, and I just want to get validation from her, if this is her product. And that's when I said, is this your hair? All right. They cut out when she said, well, clearly you didn't come to my store. You went somewhere else. But when I asked if this is your hair, if you all notice, I said, well, this is you selling this type of hair. This is some bullshit. It was more said after I asked her if this is her hair before I said, well, if you selling this type of hair, this is some bullshit. So before she said, so when she stated, clearly you didn't come to my store. You went somewhere else. You look a mess. You look like garbage. Girl, you look like Miss Piggy. And, you need, she completely started body shaming me. So when she started body shaming me, I said, well, if you saying this type of hair, then this is some bullshit. That's when I got smart. Because you knew I didn't attack you. I'm sitting here clearly telling you that I suspect this guy switched my hair and you went left. But on the flip side, she did say, when I was sitting there before I even asked her, before I stated, well, hey, when I spoke, when she said, well, hey, she said, well, if I, kind of shade you or say something, don't get offended. Kind of something along those lines verbatim, but I didn't know know what she meant by that, but when I look back, that explained why she went left and started body shaming me the way she did, because she clearly body shamed me. She did that. And everybody that was there knew what she had done. Now, the people on the opposite end of the table, they couldn't really hear what was taking place at that particular time because the cast was sitting on the end that I was sitting on. So after she, body shamed me, then at that point, I'm clapping back. Like,
Exactly.
If this is your hair, then this is some bullshit. But it was a lot of stuff that was said
that we didn't get to see,
that you all didn't get to see. But at that time, I was still okay with that. Because, okay, I know this is reality TV, they're edits, and they gonna have, the producers, they have to make it entertainment. So I really wasn't tripping about it because we didn't have no beef, and that was our first time meeting each other, and I didn't have no issue with her at all. We didn't have an issue.
So that was y'all. So that was y'all very first time meeting, you and Latrice. Because the reason why I'm saying is because it seemed like it was so much.
That was the first time. And let me show you this here. So right after that happened, Latrice called me like a week or so, like maybe 2 weeks after that. And she wanted to know, she asked me, well, she know I have a medical business. I do home care and mental health. And she wanted to know, did the insurance companies pay for prosthetics like wigs and weaving for cancer patients?
Okay.
So I told her, I said, well, Latrice, being that I make hair, I said, well, Latrice, I checked into that. Oh, it's been, maybe 2 or 3, years ago. It was some time ago. And when I checked, it wasn't covered through insurance at that time. I said, but every day something, things change. I said, I hadn't checked in a while. You may want to, follow up and see if they're still, if that's still the case, because it may not be the case now. But let me give you my contact, my rep number for the insurance company. You call them and you check into it because they may pay for it now. So after the brunch, we were good. Then Latrice and the the young lady Tisha, who did my wedding, and the hairstylist, they end up, we all end up texting with each other. And so the stylist was saying, he never had no issue like that before. He have a lot of clients. Nobody ever accused him of switching no hair, and he'll tell Latrice to her face, she'll lie that he didn't switch no hair. And so Latrice interjects and texts, she tells me along, and Tisha, well, I never heard of him switching hair before. It just may be one of those things where it just may be a bad bundle of hair. And that happens when you're dealing with raw virgin hair. Sometimes you may get some bad donor hair. It happens. So she ended up replacing the hair. So that was squashed that year. That was over with because she replaced the hair. He said it wasn't on him. She said, well, it may be one of those things where it may be a bad batch of hair. All that is it via text message amongst all of us. I have those receipts. That's what happened. And so that, in my mind, that's it. So when I saw the episode 1 on TV, when they, and like I said, I never watched reality TV before, ever.
Yeah, you tell me that. I remember that.
Yeah, I never watched it. I never really had time to watch any TV like that, period, for years because of me, working, building my brand, children, traveling, AAU, just a lot of stuff. And I just really never had time. So when I watched the first episode, when I saw the episode, Kamisha, it brought tears to my eyes. Like, who is that? Like, that's not what happened.
Right.
And, and I thought back to, okay, when I, spoke with my attorney about the contract, how, and he explained, how they can, they control the narrative and they put the story together however they see fit. So that was one of those cases. And then, I had, my close family and friends calling, saying, Marie, something clearly is not right, because that
Exactly.
is not your personality. Like, that's not who I know. Like, something missing. But I couldn't say anything right then, because I'm under contract, and
Right.
we
You
can't
can't say
talk
anything.
about
Exactly.
stuff like that. But to sum it up, that's what reality TV is about. I'm a character at this point. So whatever you see on TV, that's the Marie that you know on TV.
That's the
You know
narrative
a
they're painting.
character on TV.
Yes.
You mad with a character on TV. They're just across the board with any reality TV, but I'm gonna speak for me. What people see on TV, that's Marie, the character
Mm.
on Belle Collective. That's who you see. You can't watch a 40-minute show, a scene with 3 minutes in it, and claim that you know me. You don't know me as a person. You know that character up there on that TV, so you mad with that character, not me. And
Exactly.
that's
Because
just the way I see it. And that's
that's
what
true.
it is. It's a character that you watch on TV.
See,
Period.
that's the thing that people don't get about reality TV, and I talk about this all the time over here. Is as far as reality TV is concerned, point blank, period. The producers on any show, whether it's Married at First Sight, Ready to Love, all these things, you know who you are, but the producer who sit back and look at all the different videotapes and say, "I'm gonna put this here, scrap this, put this together." You may have had an argument and then made up, but they're not gonna show the made up part. They're gonna show the argument. It's how they edit and paint the
Right.
narrative for that scene. We all know
Exactly.
that.
So, if you look at that brunch scene, if you take away the me and Latrice,
Okay.
having a dispute over some hair, what else happened? Nothing else happened. If you take that part away, it reels people in and get them interested to see what is going on. So I get that. I get all of that. But this is, we're talking about and discussing our real life. I have real life situations going on, and this hair situation to me is petty drama. That's what it is. It's petty, very petty. I mean, it's not worth, somebody looking at this reality TV show on TV, and then you take time out your day to come in under my post, hate stuff, like go end it. You envious, you jealous, you might well just end it. They don't say end your life, but what end it mean? Like, is it that serious? You have to take time out your day to go and tell somebody to commit suicide in their life because
Oh my God.
somebody had differences over some hair. Do it warrant that?
Okay. Let me say this now. So at the reunion, Leticia was like to everybody, like, who was that? And I say this because her and Tamara was like, the sweet, trying to keep the peace. Now, I feel like that Leticia was pushed like you were pushed, I feel like as well. You just was more vocal, pushed, because the whole thing with Latrice and Antoinette, which I thought was so weird, that they were doing a team up thing. I don't get it.
I think you got to take into consideration the timeline here. Okay, so if you think, let me just take y'all back just a little bit. Okay, that was the brunch. Okay, we got into it at the brunch. If you notice, Latrice didn't really say anything to me. Like the body shaming part. So it looks like I was the aggressor. I get it. I'm through with it. I know the real and what happened.
Exactly.
I know that didn't happen. So I'm through with that. So when you get past the brunch, the next episode was at that point, I'm like, you didn't body shame me, for no reason. It didn't warrant that. Not over no hair. I didn't, you called me a man. You called me sir. You calling me all these different names. At the end of the day, I still hadn't body shamed you. I never said, okay, I tell you what, let's take off our makeup and let's see who look like the man. I never said that. I never did anything like that to her, and I won't do that. So in my mind, I'm like, you flex for this camera. You flex for the camera. You keep that same energy when we get to Tamara's party. So if you notice in the scene with me and S, I'm talking like, okay, I'm ready to go straighten her. But what she did at that brunch, I'm not through with it. But of course, I don't know if y'all have parents like me. My dad, and being my dad, my dad raised me and my brother as single parents.
Right.
He like, Marie, no, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna say anything. Just go to that brunch and go to that party and you be quiet. So that's why I went from I'm ready to turn up because I see red to when I get to the party, I plead the fifth and I don't talk and I don't say anything. Because my dad was like, Marie, you already see, like
Right.
how this going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Essie telling me, Marie, you see how this going. You are painted to be the villain, and
Yep.
you gonna come and they're gonna show you being the
Yes.
aggressor.
Yes.
So don't go to that party with that. So that's why you see me turned up in the office talking to Essie to, okay, when I get to the party, I don't say anything. I don't say nothing because my daddy told me don't plead the fifth. Don't say nothing. Don't entertain anything about none of that. And so I didn't. But again, I'm the villain for not saying anything. Again.
In the beginning of the season, people did look at you as the villain, but as the
Yeah.
show progressed, I told you that people were looking at the fact that it was a mean girl thing. The narrative was painted that way, but you can't help but see there's a difference. How I felt like that. Latrice was throwing shade to even her friend Antoinette. So I say all that to say that you look at the villain in the beginning, but in actuality, you're not. You actually were bullied.
I know,
So,
but like me looking at it myself, it looked like the bully. Like when I was sitting there at the table at the brunch, like I'm licking my teeth, like, and I'm like, oh my god, it looks so messy. It looks so messy. I'm like, oh, but it was funny to me. But at the time, I'm not knowing this little petty hair drama is about to spill into my real life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
A big deal. So I really wasn't looking at it like that, to be honest with you. So, even after Tamara's birthday party, I never did meet back up with them, up until the sip and see. So I had my own things going on with my family, my kids, husband, and stuff like that. So I didn't meet up with them again until the sip and see. So until, and that's when Latrice pulled me to the side and said, I apologize if I'm, if I offended you and make you feel some type of way. Okay, why would you apologize? They never showed you doing anything. So what are you apologizing for? You didn't do anything. That's because she knows she said some things and did some things that didn't capture on camera. She know that.
Now, okay, as far as she's concerned, she's not going to ever admit. She's not going to ever admit her wrong or whatever. But okay, now as far as you and her, y'all met. It's not to me y'all met briefly, and if people always say go back to hair, and it might sound trivial, but that's what it sounds like to me. That
we did have
or whatever.
We did have a scene. We did try to talk again prior to the sip and see. At what is it? It's over by Fine and restaurant Fine. It wasn't Fine and Dandy, but it was another restaurant by it where Letitia. I didn't know that I was meeting Letitia to talk to Latrice, and she didn't know. So we just kind of got set up. The part that got deleted out, that scene that got deleted out.
Yeah.
Like we tried to talk again there, and I was explaining. Same thing I just told you. You knew that I wasn't attacking you. You knew it was all about this guy. You just tried to flex for the camera. And then she just went there. She started saying, you attack my brain. Will you let that attack thing go? You need that storyline that bad.
Right.
Because if you really look at it, you take away that hair drama, she, like her portrayal of who she is, she the perfect one. Her and Antoinette, they perfect. They don't do no wrong. So I'm the villain. So why you started talking about that? Because you need that to have something going on and on and on.
Okay.
So I tried to have a conversation with her. She didn't say nothing. They didn't play the part when she called my husband gay. They didn't play that part. That part got edited out. We were sitting there when I told her we'll play Big Bank, take Little Bank.
Okay.
She called my husband gay. Yeah.
She did.
Yeah. She called you. Yeah. You need to worry about your husband in bed with a man. Yeah. She's made that statement. That got cut out. Okay. Letitia was sitting there. And everybody else that was sitting there while we were filming heard her say it. So she said that. She's talking about living in the ghetto. Oh, ghetto? Your store's over there in the ghetto. You cater to all, the ghetto, people who live in
She has
poverty
a hair
that
store. Let's
support
be
your
real.
business.
She has a
So
hair store.
they the
Where are
one
hair
that,
stores most located?
what I'm saying, you know, and I'm not knocking where her business is, but I'm just saying
I'm not either.
you
Right.
catering to that market. How do you think they feel? You looking down on them, you calling me ghetto, and you got people that buy your hair to stay in the ghetto. So what are you saying about that market?
Hmm.
What are you saying about them? How you think they feel to hear you say belittle me and say I'm from the ghetto, and that's who making it
Making your
possible for
coin.
you to eat.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? So all of that got cut out. You know, she flexed again for the camera. That's it. That's all she ever do. But I'm not gonna do that. Everything that you say.
Let me ask you a question about the Kaylin thing. Now, was she actually brought in through you guys or Carlos, or was that an Antoinette project?
Listen,
I mean, because I'm so
from
serious.
my
Imitation of Life tees. I
from
swear she
my
remind me that.
understanding, Kaylin was Antoinette's friend, a friend of the show. They never promised her to be main cast on the show. I had never met Kaylin before in my life prior to that second brunch.
Okay.
I never met her before in my life prior to that second brunch. She was never promised cast. She was never promised to be cast. So I don't know where she got that from.
Because the reason why I say that is because she's so deep into it. Like the everything's going on. You tied into two different whatever's going on with you and all this, that. And like when she made statements like, well, I heard about her. How do you know so much about Black women?
Well,
You so tied in with all. I just think it's odd.
Okay, let me take you back.
Okay.
Okay, to this hair. So fast forward to we start up until the point where we started filming the second time. Okay, the stylist, again, me and the stylist, we at odds. Everybody know that. So he makes a post on Instagram. Where the receipts? I pay somebody for the receipts. You know, like receipts showing that he switched the hair.
Oh, the hairdresser.
So okay. I interject and I said, you don't have to pay for nobody for the receipts. I got the receipts. That's what I said. So me and the hairstylist into it. Not me and Latrice. It never had nothing to do with her. This stalking blogger of mine, and I didn't know the guy. He instantly interject. And he said, yeah, I'm about to get this bitch now. I'm gonna get this bitch now right now. I'm gonna get her. I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, I thought that there was the stylist boyfriend.
Okay.
That's what I thought. That was his boyfriend.
You trying to figure out what's going on? What's happening?
That's what I thought. I thought it was his boyfriend.
Okay.
So he started attacking me like, yeah, I'm gonna get her now. So right after that, he ended up posting like some bogus documents about me being a convicted felon, judgments, all type of outdated, old stuff, inaccurate stuff from some counterfeit system online. Mm-hmm. So I had to end up going to our government office. I went live to clear up the criminal part. Because that's serious. You know, by me being I have two healthcare businesses. I have home care and I have mental health throughout the state of Mississippi. So, you know, I can't be a convicted felon, a criminal, and have government, you know, contracts, certifications.
Right.
So I instantly had to, you know, get on top of it. If it had not been for that, like, people gonna talk. You can't stop people from talking. Like, so what?
Facts.
But when a lot of people livelihoods on the line, and these people got, you know, with my employees that work throughout the state on the home care side, you know, you're talking about thousands of family members that you affected right here. So I got to address that situation.
You had to.
So I addressed that situation. So that part, you know, he didn't say nothing else about that criminal part. He would just start posting that, you know, instead of saying I'm a fraud, I took PPP money, I owe everybody and my mama, since I've been at my mama pussy. I'm just, and I hate to talk like this, y'all, but I'm just telling you the type of vulgar things that were said. So he just went on and on, like, and so I turned it over to I have my criminal team. We always keep a criminal. We have a criminal defense team that we have on staff for situations like this. So they have like 30 different videos of this man. He referencing Latrice. So at this time, I'm thinking this the man boyfriend. So until my legal team, they dissect every video, second by the second. He was referencing, what caught their attention was I was the only person at that time on the Belle Collective that he was dragging like that. Like just talking underneath my clothes. Not just like what bloggers do. Bloggers, y'all drag and, y'all talk about people.
Do the commentary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But what he was doing, this was completely just hate. There was like a personal vendetta against me. You see what I'm saying? This was very personal. So when my legal team, they were going through each video and they were like, Marie, this is a personal vendetta. This is something personal. You're the only person that he's going after out of all the ladies. But one thing that stood out to them was Latrice. He was referencing her as Pumpkin. That's a personal nickname.
Yes.
But somebody to reference somebody, like that's just like somebody, my name is Marie, but my family call me Ree. For somebody to call me Ree, you know me. That's something personal. You see what I'm saying? So he kept referencing her as Pumpkin in his videos. And at that time, I didn't know who Pumpkin was until, my legal team brought it to my attention. And then I, got to asking, and people were saying, and I saw people, putting on social media, well, Pumpkin is Latrice. That's her nickname that her family called her. Well, why does this guy feel comfortable enough to call her Pumpkin? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So y'all went on and on and on with like 30 videos, probably more than that to my legal team. And it's an ongoing investigation. So, it's only so much that I can really, say when it comes to that part
right there. The legal, I got
the
you.
legal part, right.
Yeah.
So at that time, I'm thinking just, it's just me. And it was just me that he was attacking. So fast forward to, the reunion. Kaylin went to this guy. Now, yeah, true that. The guy was already talking. He was already talking. But she went to him on behalf, I guess, of the collective to share information that she had with the collective with him. And she allegedly, she did hire a private investigator to investigate me. And for number one, they took your money. They hustled you out your money. If you're going to get a private investigator, you should have went outside the state and got somebody that you don't know. And that way you would have known, you would have got accurate results. And then you see what I'm saying? So you got hustled out your money. So she had him thinking that she was going to bring him on as a guest at the reunion. Bring him on as a guest. And so after that didn't happen, he released the audio of the 2 or 3 hour conversation. He, released it online that he had with Kaylin when he met her at the restaurant Char, about the collective, about, Letitia and her situation, the information that she allegedly supposed to have about me from this private investigator. So I'm like, what would make you go to that extent over a TV show to go and hire a private investigator to try to prove that I'm fraudulent? We never had no beef. And that's what Letitia asked her, like, who sent you?
Right.
Who sent you? Like, me and Kaylin never had no beef. So why would you go to the extent to spend money out your pocket to hire a private investigator? You talking about you did it because you're on the defense and somebody offense, whatever lame excuse she talking about.
Very lame.
Because we didn't have no beef. We never got into it. And at that brunch, all I told her was, just chill out. Let's get ready for Letitia's big announcement. You cussed the elderly black lady out. They didn't show that part.
No, they didn't.
They didn't show that part.
They sure did not.
You insulted that woman.
I forgot her name.
Did that episode warrant you to have to go and hire a private investigator and meet with the devil about me? Because you still ain't proved nothing by doing that. Nothing.
Let me ask you a question about her, because to me, when she answered the question, she said, "Who sent you?" When I tell you,
myself.
What I'm saying, the way she sat there like she was some kind of evil being, she was sitting there with no smile, no emotion, like a robot. I never understood where was the smoke coming from. What
I'm gonna give it to you
behind it.
Okay. So, all right. So everybody know that this guy leaked, the recording about when Kaylin met with him. So in this particular recording, and I guess he didn't mean for this part to play. It stated it's Kaylin said, well, I was upset that Latrice called you. For number one, what's she doing calling you? She ain't supposed to know you. She knows somebody to know somebody to know somebody to know you. So what's she doing? What's she upset with Latrice for calling him? For number one, they didn't play that part. But, and that's probably because he put that out there. He leaked that 2-hour video. So that they didn't want to give him no recognition at all. If you notice, they didn't even say his name.
No, they didn't.
So how you gonna know somebody?
She was getting so. Hold on, let me. You know what? It's funny you said that because every time they danced around it, to me, I was like, Latrice, was she more upset that she was found out?
But wait, let me give you the next part that did not get played, and everybody know that it was said. And so everybody thinking Letitia came out and she just started attacking them. She was like. First, Letitia, you the mediator to keep the girls together, and you ain't on nobody's side. You just the neutral party. What changed? What made you come out at the reunion and just start, attacking Latrice? Well, the recording for number one. Then number two, Letitia tells Latrice, you called me on 3-way, and I had my phone on mute. And I heard Kaylin ask you, do you still want me to meet with this blogger at Char to get information on Marie and Letitia? And you said no, because I was on the phone. You said, don't get it on Letitia, just get it on Marie.
Oh my God.
Her hands are dirty. They dirty. And everybody at that reunion, now Antoinette and Latrice may not own it. But Tamara was sitting there, I was sitting there, Egypt was sitting there, and Letitia was sitting there that witnessed her saying it. Yeah, she did. Yeah. Letitia bust Latrice out and said, you had me on the 3-way, and I heard you. They didn't play that part, though.
Right.
They let them off the hook. But when you play dirty, things ain't going to turn out right for you.
Oh, yeah, that water ain't clean. That water ain't clean. That water ain't clean at all. It's dirty.
But I couldn't. My hands were tied. I couldn't, I had to wait till the reunion, got through playing, but it happened. Yeah. Letitia bust her out and said, you had me on 3-way.
Okay, so then what was the issue with the two of you all then? Because it seemed like to me that Latrice had a thing for you and for Letitia with the whole thing with the her man and all that.
What I really think it is, like, if you notice back at the Sip and See, when me and Latrice talked, she said, and a lot of this didn't get played. She was like, I've been, over the years, I've been seeing your name seeing you on billboards throughout the state. I hear a lot of big things you do, in the state, and a lot of things that you're doing. You somebody that I can look up to. Like I admire what you're doing. I would love for us to go to lunch together. You give me some advice. They didn't play that. See, she know I'm a strong force in Mississippi.
Right.
See, they know that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
She said that to me. But some of it got played, but some of it didn't. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So she know I have powerful, influence in this state with the things that I'm doing in the state of Mississippi. So they felt a threat with me. That's just it.
That's crazy. Okay.
It's a scandal. When I tell you a scandal, and then the sad part about it, Kamisha, they didn't give me an opportunity to tell my story. Like I have, stuff that, things I have said like on my green screen about from a business perspective,
right?
Where I started and the struggles and the things that I've gone through. They don't highlight that. They just highlight the glitz and the glamour. You know what I'm saying? Like the part about, okay, I'm rich. Okay, I'm in an interview setting. You ask me a question, well, are you rich? And I was like, man, because that's a sensitive topic to me. Because, my kids have often asked me, Mom, I know we rich. And I'm like, boy, get someone sit down. Like, nah.
Right, I get where you're going with that.
I'm the type of person, I'm scary. You see what I'm saying? I'm very scary.
Yes.
And so I've been, so like, well, answer the question. You got to answer the question. Yeah, I'm rich. Look,
don't tell it. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. A black woman on my I don't have no issue with it because look, somebody got it. Say it again now. You say you what?
I say, yeah, yeah, I'm rich, But
Hey, I had
you
to do
know, I'm in an
it.
interview setting. You see what I'm saying? I'm in my green screen. I'm in an interview setting. So yeah, I said it. So
Mm,
the issue, the problem I have with it, Kamisha, is like women gonna be petty.
yes,
Women gonna get argued. Women
yes.
gonna get into it. But at the end of the day, we all have one ultimate goal, and we should be able to bring it back together and get past that. But
Mm-hmm.
with this situation, like it ain't no way that I will remove myself. I just can't coexist with somebody that go to that extent to try to ruin me over a bond of hair. I didn't try to put this woman out of business. That never happened. But the people that's on social media, they looking at what they see on TV, and I get it. I
Right,
get it. And they
right.
thinking, okay, you jealous and you envious and you
That's the
hate this
first thing they
woman
say.
because like no, that ain't the case. Stuff don't excite me. You see what I'm saying? Anybody can go create bills. Anybody can buy a house. Anybody can buy a car. We all can do that. But can you
Facts.
keep that? Can you keep that? That don't excite me.
Mm.
I'm into helping and giving back to other women and changing lives. Like me and Essie have been doing. We have put a lot of women on, and we have changed a lot of women livelihood in the state of Mississippi. You can fact check us.
Let's go.
We got a
Let's
proven
go.
track record. Anything that I'm sitting here telling you, if I do 100 more interviews, one thing my daddy always said and have always told me, when you write about something and when you tell the truth, you can tell this story 100 times and your story gonna remain the same. But when
Yes.
you're lying and when you're a liar, you can't keep up with a lie, but you can keep up with the truth.
Look, look. Okay, there's something I have to ask now. First of all, I gotta say this, Antoinette. They tried to come for you when you had your magnolia hat and your dress on, but and no one has said this at the reunion. Her whole dress same. You look at the Gone with the Wind, same thing. So I'm trying to understand because she came for you and it was seemed like she had like a dog with a bone. She put me in the imitation of life tease
You
at the
know,
end where she was like, "Mama," I'm like, she just I don't get what it was with her. To me, not supporting her sisters, she supported Kaylin more than she supported the
but
black
see,
women.
she jumped on me and Antoinette never had an issue. She just jumped on the Latrice bandwagon. Again, I admit, what I wore at the brunch, it was for humor. I did it for humor. That's just it. Regardless of how people look at it, that was my intent. That's what I wanted to do. But for Antoinette to tell me to reference her as a doctor, like she gonna tell me, yeah, you call me Dr. Antoinette. I
Oh
never
yeah.
call you that. For number one, you may be a doctor, you ain't even seen your first patient yet.
Oh
Shoot,
snap.
you to my call you a doctor?
Wait a minute.
Baby, I own a healthcare facility that signs the doctor paychecks. I'm not calling you a doctor. No, it's not going to happen. I don't know who she thinks you were talking to, but I never had an issue with Antoinette. She just jumped
Right.
on Latrice bandwagon. Kamisha, let me tell you something. People will see. I'm the realest, one of the realest on that show. I'm authentic. People may criticize my life and things that I have going on personally, with with
Right.
my son, with my spouse, and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's real, and somebody can relate to me. I have thousands of my inbox, my messages is it's
I'm sure.
overflowing.
I'm
There's a lot of
sure.
people who can relate to me and the things that I have going on. Now, my story may not apply to some people. They may not can relate. They may can relate to one of the other three ladies because they may not have a similar situation as mine, and it's okay. But it's a lot of people who can relate to me and my story.
No, I think your story can is no. I think the opposite of that. Like, for instance, your son. A lot of us who have boys have dealt with that. The question I kind of feel like with you, they put like, for instance, they said that your husband, was attracted to men, or when they said that your business partner was wanting more from you than just being your soulmate as far as being your best friend.
Let
Why do you think they tied you so much into
let me
that?
address that with Essie. To be honest, and I'm gonna keep 100 at all times.
1,000.
I'm gonna be
Right.
true to my authentic self. I can't live a lie. It will eat me up. if you take, for number one, women don't have genuine and loyal friendships anymore like they used to. Because if
Period.
they did, it would the way the dynamic of me and Es's relationship would be the norm. So let me take you back. When me and Essie first started, we started working together in 2006. Okay, we business owners. We went through everything together, trying to figure out business and how things go, how this would work. Nobody would share any information with us. People don't want to help you because they feel like you're going to do better than them. So we couldn't get the help. All we had was each other to figure this business out. So through the ups and downs and all of that, who was there there for us? Who was there to catch us when we hiccup?
Let's go.
Who was there to catch us when that we couldn't make a way? When God had to make a way out of no way. When God had to make a way out of no way, when we didn't see no way, who was there for us? All we had was each other. So we navigated this journey together. When she lost her boyfriend to leukemia, she don't have any sisters. She didn't have nobody. When I lost my grandmother, lost people dear to me, close to me, I didn't have nobody. But I had my dad and my my brother, but I don't have a sister. So we had to navigate this business relationship on our own. You have no idea. The more money you make,
yes, Lord.
When you have a problem, it's not a small problem. People desire millions of dollars, but when a problem occurs, it's not a small problem. It's a big problem. So all we had was each other to lean on. Nobody but each other and God. So that's the dynamic of our relationship. When she lost her parents back to back, her dad, and when we went on a family vacation trip, he drowned at the beach.
Oh
she
my
didn't have
God.
nobody but me. She had lost her mama the 11 months before through the cancer. Jesus. So she don't have any siblings. All she had was me. And my family, my dad and my brother, my dad would treat her like she's his daughter. My brother look at her like she his sister. Essie is family. And to think anything other than that is incest and sickening. It makes me sick to my stomach and make me want to vomit the thing otherwise. And if I was gay, I would live my truth.
Right.
I would be proud of who I am. And Essie wouldn't be my type. No shade to Essie. I love my sister, but she wouldn't be my type. I have to have me a Cardi B if I was gay.
Oh Lord.
I'm just gonna be honest. I have to have somebody like Cardi B, a Nicki Minaj.
Okay, well let me. As far as your husband concerned, why do they come to him like that? As far as him,
you have to know Cedric to understand Cedric. Cedric is he's not your ordinary type of guy. He is different. Just like you all are hearing, he's gay and he's this and that. I've heard that. I've heard that over the years. 12 years we were together. Actually, the guy that this stalking blogger of mine accusing him of, he's my friend. The guy is my friend. He's my friend first. And then he's not Cedric's type. I mean, Cedric is not his type. He like bougie guys that's gonna wine and dine him and buy him, Birkin bags and all kind of stuff. He's that type of guy. So Cedric wouldn't even be his type. So that lie Kaylin told about somebody called Cedric in bed with this guy, totally false. Now, I can't sit here and swear to anything that Cedric may do or have done. I can't say that. But what I can say is, since we, all the years I've known him and we've been together, I haven't seen any indication of him being with another man. I can't say that. And then with Cedric's background, he don't judge people based on who they love and who they're with. He's just a unique type of guy. You just gotta know Cedric to understand him. But I can't speak on his sexuality. But in my opinion, who he chooses to love has nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
Or nobody else.
Exactly.
That's his life, who he chooses to love. At the end of the day, he's my daughter's father, and I'm not going to sit and bash him.
And you have not.
And I'm not going to do it. Regardless of what we have gone through, I would never do that. But I can't sit here and attest to say that he's gay.
So so you're thinking, for what you're saying, is just something that people have always said about him because the way he carries himself or whatever. You just kind of.
Cedric is okay. For number one, Cedric is a barber and he's a cosmetologist. Okay, for one, so he have gay clientele. He have straight men as clients. You know, he have a cosmetology school, he have a barbering school. So his clientele consists of some gay men.
Okay.
So if they say, okay, okay, we all going out for drinks. Oh shoot, he could say he like the party. What a party at? He going. He don't care what they like. Say want to be what a party at.
Right.
He, you know, he gonna drink and he gonna get wasted. He gonna, you know, he gonna joke and he gonna do all of that. You just got to know, say it to understand, Cedric.
Okay. I mean, you're the one that's been with him, so I mean, it really doesn't matter what anybody said because that's
he,
who, you know what I'm saying.
I can't sit here and say the only encounters I had with him, been into with him about is about women. I never had an altercation with him about him being with no man. It's always been women, women, women. So when do we have time for a man when I'm constantly into it with him about some woman?
Mm. So as far as your husband and the Etsy thing, that's just something else they're coming at you about, especially.
That's just something. I'm being honest with you,
Leticia.
Now, I'm gonna tell you my story.
Latrice, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell my story and tell my truth. But at the end of the day, I can sit here and tell my truth, and people can know I'm right. When people hate your guts and hate you, it don't matter what you say, and they're gonna roll with wrong with them two left shoes, hands down. So I'm not even worried about that. But I'm telling you, I'm setting the record straight. I don't want no coochie. I'm straight there. I want something that I can feel, something that's real, not fake.
Right.
And I'm sorry. No, I don't want a woman. And if I was into a woman, May, I'm so sorry. No shade against you, but baby, you are not my type. You my sister. And that's the way I see you.
And she said she had a husband on the show, and everybody was just like,
but now let me show you this here. The soulmate thing. You got to think about it. This is reality TV. We weren't even talking about us when we made the statement about soulmate. The soulmate thing came in. We were talking about business. How, you know, God put us in each other's life to navigate through this business together, and how we were God sent to each other to make things happen.
Right.
We were talking about business when that soulmate statement came about, but they took that and slid it over there when I was upset about saying it. That's the editing part. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's entertainment.
But you still feel like it was so much that we didn't get to see, that you knew that they weren't portraying that it was a big old fat lie. A lot of it.
Well, I knew it was a lie, you know, but again, I know with reality TV, and I know the agreement that I signed, you know, hey, they can use your voice, they can, you know, cut and paste and move stuff around however they see fit. That, you know, everybody know, you know, that's a cast of reality TV. That's the way that it goes. But I'm not upset about that. The part that gets me is the part that spilled over into my, you know, like my real life. You know, like, why do that? Why try to bring another Black woman down? Why I can't be winning legitimately? Like this fraudulent stuff. If you give me a chance to tell my truth, I'll tell it. Like this, for this guy to sit here and say I'm committing fraud, for number one, in 2014, he think this something is new. This here is new. 2014, you fact check this. I was featured in Black Enterprise magazine for my home care agency, where I received an award. In 2014, I made my first $1 million. That's proven. It's documented online. Go to Black Enterprise and pull it up. Marie Hamilton Davis Home Care Agency. Okay, that's documented. Joining the conference now. So when that article hit social media back then in 14, that's when all the talking in Mississippi started.
Yes, I'm sorry.
For them, so they thinking it's something new that they're talking about. We've been used to this. So, you know, I have friends who are federal agents, okay? I had already gotten a call years ago, back then. Marie, look, I'm just letting you know, this here at our office, you know, we already checked into it. People calling, saying y'all fraudulent and y'all commit fraud. And this, you know, we already checked into them. Y'all checked out. We know y'all good. They called Medicaid. They called insurance companies.
Serious.
Yeah, wow. Making complaints. But luckily, we have a great team that come in 8 deep every year. The program integrity department, Medicaid, audit us, and we check out every year. So if we were doing anything wrong or fraudulent, do you think they're gonna spare us and let them
Of
tell the
course,
story?
no, of
So
course
and
not.
then our criminal defense team, our firm, the firm is one of the largest criminal defense firms in the state of Mississippi that I have. So he was a prosecuting attorney for the state of Mississippi, white
Mm,
guy. So
mm,
he keeps us in compliance. We pay for that every month to keep us out of stuff situations like this.
right. That's
So we
important.
be
That's important.
proactive anyway.
Hmm.
So this started back in 14. So this ain't new to us. And so if you look at it, Kamisha, okay, in 14, we made our first $1 million. That was good
Woo,
because we had just been in business since, really 2010 for
right.
home care. You see? So our
Hmm.
income not only doubled, it tripled and quadrupled every year. God increased our territory. So it is kind of like the opiate situation. Do you remember years, when that opiate situation came where they just
Yes.
say you have a pharmacy, maybe in a small town, and
Yeah,
they
this
may
happened
be
in
doing
Texas.
$20
Hmm.
million,
Hmm.
and then you get a big city and they may be doing 5 million. That's a
Yes.
red flag. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So kind of like us, we come in the industry and we making, for an example, $20 million. And then you got we've been in business for 15 years, and you got businesses that been in business for 30 years, and they only making $5 million. That's a red indicator. You see what I'm saying? So this
Yes.
what this guy doing. This ain't just starting. We new to this. We're being proactive. We have a criminal defense team on staff, that don't work inside our office. Like I said, one of the largest criminal defense teams in the state of Mississippi that stay on top of allegations and stuff like that and make sure that we are in compliance. We are covered. It ain't nothing nobody can do about it. We're open book. I don't care about no feds. Come on, we're open book. So this allegation didn't just start. It started in 14 and it's documented. So fact check me, and you will see that this ain't just started. This started in 2014. Yeah.
Well, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, it's a
This
lot.
look, everybody in the chat have been like really enjoying the commentary. I actually have, and I won't leave them open too long because I already got her. I've had her on here for over about an hour, so I did open the call
It's
line.
okay.
I got the call in lines open. Well, I do like an hour, but usually what I do. And the pin number and the mods, I've already put it in the chat. I have it going across the bottom of the screen. If you want to go ahead and call in, I won't leave them open the whole time if you don't want to call. But if y'all want to ask her a question, the call line is 1-646-570-1040, and the pin is 417-8894. If you want to talk to Marie and ask her a few questions, I mean, y'all been asking in the chat. I've been posting them on the screen. I think she's been seeing them because she's been responding to them. But
I
if you
hadn't
want,
seen them.
well, I have been putting
I
them
won't
up.
pay
They
no
were
attention.
all saying a lot of positive things to you, so I was putting them up so you can see it. But
Okay.
if you guys want to call in, that is a number and it is there. Marie, I have enjoyed this whole interview. The
Oh,
people in the chat said
absolutely.
they enjoyed you. They was just typing positive things in the chat. I was trying to put it up. So you
But y'all, yeah, I love my sister. S is my sister. Ain't no homo going on right there. I mean, that's straight BS, like sickening. Make me.
well, Essie seems like she's just a
She
real person
is
like you.
Essie is, when I say a very sweet and genuine person, we balance each other. You know, it's a blessing to have someone that, you not only can be your business partner, but like that sister figure in your
Right.
life that you don't have. And I don't have that. And then I don't have my mom. So,
Mm.
she feels that void, where I can't call my mom. Okay, I can call S and have talks with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have that. And then she don't have her mom either.
Mm.
So, we just have, we one big family. It ain't no homo going on here.
People just assume, people are assuming the worst, and really and truly, y'all just two sisters, like real sisters that
S
look
is
out
my
for each
sister.
other. You gotta have somebody to lean on when things are going bad, and you don't always necessarily have your husband or, like you say, or family, whatever. She was there for you
And
business
then,
wise too.
right, and then let me just say, yeah, it looked like Essie was probably aggressive with saying it, but you got to have been in our dynamic to understand some of the stuff that said has done, throughout the years, and she been quiet about it. And then when you sit back and see somebody doing somebody that you love, not doing them right, especially not being there for them while they on their deathbed. Hey, you doing too much. It's time for her to do something different. Like, you took vows.
Who you talking about? Who took
I'm talking
vows?
about Cedric. I'm talking
Okay,
about Essie
okay.
and Cedric. How, people were saying how, she kind of like emasculated him, like kind of disrespecting him. That wasn't the case.
But she was looking out for you though. If you were
Right.
you were in a bad place, and she was looking out for you as her sister. And I don't think people really understood that. Like, if you have somebody that you see getting treated in a bad way, you see she's sick.
Right. And then you got to
Come
look at
on.
the edits. You got to look at the edits. Like when he told her, when she made the statement, well, what my rehab is mine. Well, he brought up our prenup. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, prenup. What they got to do with the situation at hand? You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that was said to make Essie say what she said that didn't get seen.
Okay,
But
well,
they good. We're
there's one thing
good.
I forgot to ask you about the handsome brother that we saw you come in the room. Now, what's going down with that? I have to ask. He was a tall
Oh
drink of
my
water.
goodness,
That's
he
the old
is
saying, but
so super sweet. Well, I've been knowing him since we were in school. He,
okay.
Played basketball professionally with my brother, and his dad and my dad, were really great friends up until when his daddy passed here probably like a year or so ago. And we kind of, after I called things off with Cedric, we began talking, and he would just check on me. It wasn't we started talking to form a relationship or anything like that. He was just, checking in on me, knowing that I was going through something, just being a friend. And so he wasn't the initiator. I was, like, I like him. Like, he checks on me, and he asks me, like, what kind of medication you on? What is it for? What each one of your medications, what do it, what do they, do? Like, I never had anybody to even show concern about my illness and the medication that I take. So it was just a little simple things that he would do, and the things that he do, that I love about him. He's just a really good person. Yeah.
Wait a
So
minute.
he's my friend.
I'm sorry. Lady class, when you call the number, it should, because I'm looking right at it. The number that they give me, and I've used this for years. The 1-646-570 and the 1040, and it'll say, please enter your PIN, and you dial the number 417-8894. I've always Cause somebody test the number, because I don't know. I've always used. Oh, there goes somebody right there. Hello.
Hello, Miss Marie. Hello, Kanisha.
Hey.
Now she ain't calling in here to cuss me out, is she?
Oh no, no, she good people. She good people.
I'm just teasing.
Go ahead, Mama.
Miss Marie, I wanted to know in regard to is her name Kaylon? I call her Karen. I know I'm disrespectful at times, but Miss Kaylon, was there ever a conversation on the back end with her apologizing to anyone?
No, not to my knowledge. No. She never. No, never.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
The only
I
thing
did
I
not
heard her
like
say,
that, and then to hear all that other stuff that was going on the back end, and see, the producers knew not to show her cussing out that lady. The whole audience would have had a fit.
They knew not to show that part. Like,
oh, Miss Dorothy, right? Her name is
Miss
Dorothy.
Dorothy, yeah,
Okay.
she disrespected that lady so bad, and that lady was old enough to be all of our great grandmother.
Wow.
Yeah, she disrespected that lady. I mean, at a high level.
I don't even understand that. I really don't.
But,
you were talking about a death threat, Miss Karen, Kaylon, whatever her name is, she would have got it. She would have got all kind of death threats if we would have known about that.
But, they want me to be a fraud so bad, and it's sad. Like, what I really want y'all to do is, like, even with my mental health agency, just go to the Mississippi Department of Mental Health website and see where everything I provide. And then, what it pay is public information, so I don't have to fabricate anything. I've been in business for 15 years. Sure, I got more than 5 clients. If I've been
Exactly.
in business 15 years, what do you think? I got more than 10 clients, 5 or 10 clients.
Ciao.
Oh, this okay.
Well, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you so
You're
much
welcome,
for
sweetie.
being on the show. I appreciate you being on the show. Kamisha Bust a Bus. Keep working, baby.
Thank you, baby.
I'm being
Bye-bye.
honest. Like, now I know I can get, I can go off if somebody push me to the limit. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I'm perfect when it comes to somebody pushing me to the limit to act a fool, because I will, but I'm not trying to. I don't want to show that side. That's not who I want to be. That's not who I want to be.
Right, but that's what they wanted to portray you to be.
That's what.
And I told you before, I felt like I was in the minority when I was speaking, and I was saying that I felt like that they put you as the villain on purpose, as that narrative, that character, whatever, and wanted to make Antoinette and Latrice some kind of angels, but we saw through all that. A lot of us did.
But they perfect though. If you look at it, like, they had a perfect life. Like, everything is perfect in their world. They're just what is, their portrayal. It is. That's what it looked like. And I'm the villain. And I'm okay with it, because at the end of the day, I know who I am and I know what I see on the TV. That's a character. Like, you watch movies and you have actress up there on that TV. They're controlling that narrative. So I'm an actress on the TV. I'm a character. I'm sorry. I'm a character.
Now, if they have, let's go into this now. This is the finale. The 2-part reunion came on, and like I said, I saw, to me, Leticia came out swinging. I was behind 100%. We all kind of felt like that Latrice was kind of found out. Her Antoinette came after the 2 of you guys, and I don't know what it was with you guys, but I felt like they were coming after you guys. Season 2, because they're already talking about it in the blogs. What are your thoughts on that?
What?
Season 2. Are you going to do season 2? Is it?
It's a matter of me getting what my legal team recommend, when the time comes. Like, I don't know how, to be honest, I really don't know how the producer's going to make that work with us collaborating together. So I may just have to eliminate myself. I don't know. I just have to wait and see how they present things for season 2. It just, I don't know.
You were a fan favorite. We kind of was rooting for you and felt like you was you were villainized, and a lot of people was happy at the end of the reunion, like, finally,
because
you all
at the end of the day, I can't, like, stay on my soul. You know what I'm saying? I'm not willing to do that. When somebody when my business is being attacked, which like, it's not right, and I'm speaking up about it. It's nothing that they can do about it, because I know God got me and I'm covered. And when you're not doing anything wrong, it's nothing to talk about and it's nothing to hide. It ain't nothing you got to come get with somebody and discuss. I sleep good every night. I just every night. Yeah, I sleep good every night. And whenever it's time for our upcoming audit this year, another audit, I'm an open book. Come on in.
Because that's some serious stuff right there. You talking about audit? That's some serious stuff. That's why when she was accusing you of certain things, I was like,
medical professional. Think about this. Y'all got to think. When people talking about somebody committing fraud, you got to think. Every medical business, if you receiving insurance proceeds, you got to get audited. They got to come in and take a look at them records. You're not immune to being audited. You got to get audited if you are receiving insurance proceeds. It's nowhere around. I don't care if you're a dentist or you're an OBGYN doctor, whatever, psychiatrist, whatever profession, you are going to be audited.
Exactly.
Think about it.
If you have enough gumption, you know that. That's why I said a lot of stuff she was saying. It was like, you saying fraud. There's no way she's been functioning this whole entire time with fraud. There's no way.
And then my staff psychiatrist, he has stellar. When I say stellar reputation, he has stellar reputation, and he don't just practice in the state of Mississippi. He practiced in other states too. We have top of the line. And we outsource stuff. You know, we don't do everything in house. You know, like our payroll company, we don't do that in office. We outsource that. You know, and then we have contractors. We franchise our business to other women and other people who want to get in the industry. So we have contractors as well. We create opportunities for other women to win as well in the state of Mississippi. So we're doing a lot of major things here
that nobody talks about either.
Nobody talk about that. Yeah. So it don't start with mental health. It starts with home care. You know, like with my mental health, where we had the grand opening at, we just actually, our contractor, when we did our grand opening, it was a big open space where we had a contractor come in and we had to put classrooms up for our programs, because we have like four different programs: PSR, senior PSR, day treatment programs, IDD day programs going on there. So we had to put up classrooms, and those classroom wasn't there. So we've been accused of our office, like that building, our building don't exist. What are you saying? Like,
they did.
Yeah, you know, you got to get certified, and I actually have the certification right here.
Hold on, let me put it. Let me take me out.
Yeah. So, you know, I produce receipts. Let's see, is it up there? You probably can't see. See that license? I don't think I can. Let's see. Uh-oh. Can you see?
That's the receipt on the screen. Uh-oh. I think she might have knocked herself out.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. So I know y'all can't see it, but like,
no, they can see it. They can see it.
This is my certification here. So, for the state of Mississippi, it shows that under adult mental health services, I have community support, emergency crisis response, outpatient services, peer support, psychiatric physician services, psychosocial rehabilitation, senior psychosocial rehabilitation, community support for children. All of these serve, this is the children field here. Community support, day treatment pre-K, emergency crisis response, outpatient services, peer support, psychiatric physician services, IDD, behavior support, community respite, day services adult, home and community support, in-home nursing respite, in-home respite, job discovery, pre-vocational, shared supported living, supervised living, supported employment, supported living. And also, do y'all remember from the show when I was telling y'all that I was working on substance abuse and my mom inspired me to provide that service? Well, let's see. Where's the certificate? I have that certification right here. I just received it. Can y'all see it? Right here. Hello? Okay. Yeah, it's right there. So I'm a provider of substance abuse as well. I just received that certification. So, you know, that's a huge accomplishment in my career. And for anybody to discredit me is heartbreaking. You know, like, we as Black people, we should want to see each other win. You know, I can create opportunities for, you know, other people. I can show people how they can do it as well. And then notice, Kamisha, in order to provide all these different services that I just showed you, it's about 30 of them. Right. You have to pass a financial review. You got to show that you got money in the bank to afford each one of those staff positions for each one of those services. That's why there aren't that many providers in the state of Mississippi, because you have to show that you can afford that.
It's just it's a lot involved. So when people just yell out stuff, they don't really know what's behind it.
They really don't know what's behind becoming that provider. Like, if I didn't have home care, my successful home care business, I could not have shown that I could afford to even fund a huge program like that. Because this is a huge program. And
Right.
we're already operating in one location, the location we did the grand opening. We have a huge waiting list. So we're, finishing up those classrooms for that particular location. And I just received the certification for that location.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, Miss Marie, we have had a very good interview. It was, I think that one of my, let me go for my book, be in the books. I'm trying to say, I can't even speak. So I enjoyed having you on here. I think the Commission Views crew enjoyed you as well. The comments, if you go back to the
And
comments,
thanks for having me. Thanks
everybody
for
loved
having
it.
me. I really appreciate you all, giving me the opportunity to come on this show and tell not my truth, but the truth.
Okay.
Not
Look, I
my
like
truth,
that.
but
Period.
the truth.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's
the
what's up.
truth. So thank you. So, I'm hoping, like maybe I get a chance to come back next season.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Anything popping off or whatever you just want to come on, I have no issue with that. My panel is always open. But everybody, make sure you guys go check her out on her Instagram. She's always posting. Look, she posts, because she's really smart. So she don't just post the stuff about, and not even really reality show. She just posts receipts and she posts things that as women who are entrepreneurs, you need to know. You can learn from her. So y'all go check her out
And then
on
also, let me say
Instagram as
this:
well.
if you're interested, I have something big, major coming up. If
Okay.
you're interested in becoming a mental health provider or a home care provider in your state, let me know. I've been getting a lot of inquiries with help about that, and I will be doing a class soon on
Okay.
that, on how to make that happen. And people across the world have been reaching out to me, wanting me to come to their state to build a property, a facility on their land. So this is huge. Public health is what's like the highlight in the world today.
It
Public
really
health.
is. Well,
It
even the
is.
mental health, because of the past 2 years we've been going through with the pandemic, mental health has really been on, like the rise because people are
It
struggling.
is. It is.
So I'm just saying, you are really on that right track with that. I mean, just if people sleeping on that, they tripping. But anyway, and we gonna let I got the I got two screens going, so I have my mouse on the other screen. We're gonna let Miss Marie go, and we're going to end this interview, which was we've been on here for over an hour, 22 minutes. If I have enjoyed the entire interview and everybody who's came through, I appreciate everybody who came through the live. So with that being said,
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening to
we're gonna
me.
go ahead and shut it down.
Bye.